I have a very strict gun control policy. If there's a gun around, I want to be in control of it. Respect your efforts. Respect yourself. I don't believe in pessimism. If something doesn't come up the way you want, forge ahead. If you think it's going to rain, it will. If you want a guarantee, buy a toaster. Sometimes, if you want to see a change for the better, you have to take things into your own hands. I'm interested in the fact that the less secure a man is, the more likely he is to have extreme prejudice. It takes tremendous discipline to control the influence, the power you have over other people's lives. There's only one way to have a happy marriage, and as soon as I learn what it is, I'll get married again. Self-respect leads to self-discipline. When you have both firmly under your belt, that's real power. God gave you a brain. Do the best you can with it. And you don't have to be Einstein. But Einstein was mentally tough. He believed what he believed. And he worked out things. And he argued with people who disagreed with him. But I'm sure he didn't call everybody jerks. When you're young, you're very reckless. Then you get conservative. Then you get reckless again. Let's put it this way. There wouldn't be much point in me attending a high school reunion now because there wouldn't be anybody there. We'd struggle to raise a quorum. I just think it is important that you realize that you're the best in the world. Whether you are a Democrat or Republican, or whether you're libertarian or whatever, you are the best, and we should not ever forget that. And when somebody does not do the job, we got to let them go. Alfred Hitchcock once told me, when I was analyzing a lot of things about his pictures, Clint, you must remember, it's only a movie. If I was not a dreamer, I would have achieved nothing. I've always felt that if I examine myself too much, I'll find out what I know and don't know, and I'll burst the bubble. I've gotten so lucky relying on my animal instincts, I'd rather keep a little bit of the animal alive. You have to feel confident. If you don't, then you're going to be hesitant and defensive, and there will be a lot of things working against you. Whether you like it or not, you're forced to come to the realization that death is out there. But I don't fear death. I'm a fatalist. I believe when it's your time. That's it. It's the hand you're dealt. Actors know, with me they aren't going to be allowed to rehearse a scene for a couple of hours and then get away with doing 25 takes before we get it right. So they come with their full bag of tricks. I just make the pictures, and where they fall is where they fall. If somebody likes them, that's always nice. And if they don't like them, then too bad. If you ever go to a music session, you'll notice that the musicians can sit down and start playing right away, and everyone knows what to do. Of course they're reading it, but the conductor can tweak little things, and you can take that back to directing motion pictures. What you put into life is what you get out of it. If you're doing a biography, you try to stay as accurate as possible to reality. But you really don't know what was going on in the person's mind. You just know what was going on in the minds of people around him. You always want to quit while you are ahead. You don't want to be like a fighter who stays too long in the ring until you're not performing at your best. Aging can be fun if you lay back and enjoy it. The guys who won World War II and that whole generation have disappeared, and now we have a bunch of teenage twits. If a person doesn't change, there's something really wrong with him. Winning the election is a good news, bad news kind of thing. Okay, now you're the mayor. The bad news is, now you're the mayor. Everybody accuses me of moving fast when I direct a picture. I don't move fast, but I just keep moving. You can't stop everything from happening, but we've gotten to a point where we're certainly trying. If a car doesn't have 400 airbags in it, then it's no good. I'm a movie maker, but I have the same feelings as the average guy out there. Nobody looks like they did when they were 20, so why not take advantage of the fact that you're changing, emotionally as well as physically? My whole life has been one big improvisation. Every movie I make teaches me something. That's why I keep making them. The less secure a man is, the more likely he is to have extreme prejudice. There's a lot of great movies that have won the Academy Award, and a lot of great movies that haven't. You just do the best you can. There's no real excuse for being successful enough as an actor to do what you want, and then selling out. You do it pure. You don't try to adapt it, make it commercial. I've never met a genius. A genius to me is someone who does well at something he hates. Anybody can do well at something he loves. It's just a question of finding the subject. I'm just a kid. I've got a lot of stuff to do yet. I keep working because I learn something new all the time. I guess maybe when you get past 70, other people start asking you how you feel. I hate to see anybody sink. I hate to see anybody lose their dream, lose their home, something like that. You have to steal a lot. You have to have a criminal mentality to be a film director. As you get older, you're not afraid of doubt. Doubt isn't running the show. You take out all the self-agonizing. I've always been very liberal when it comes to people thinking for themselves. In past generations, people would try to play younger than they really are. My trick is, I don't try to play younger than I really am. You know when you're young and you see a play in high school, and the guys all have gray in their hair, and they're trying to be old men, and they have no idea what that's like. It's just that stupid the other way around. I probably would have retired years ago if I hadn't found interesting things to do.